would say the best memory that I have was just going to extra help with her, especially since she knew she was going through such a tough time. She always kept a positive mindset towards everything, and I just love that about her, how she just showed love to everyone.
One of my favorite memories with Mrs. Myhre is writing on her chalkboard every day after school about what the students had to take out for class. It was one of my favorite memories because she always had a smile on her face and always made us laugh and was really funny.
One of my favorite memories with her is from being her teacher helper in 8th grade. And my friend Krish and I, we would go down to her at the end of the hallway every single day. She would always be waiting for us. And then she would send us to get copies from other teachers because even though she couldn't do that much anymore, she would still volunteer to make other teachers copies, and then we would do them for her, which was actually really fun because we would just walk down to the copy room and we would just be talking and stuff. And sometimes me and my friend would just be going on and on about the most random things, but we just made her laugh so much, and I loved whenever we were laughing. She was so funny. She made me smile.
She didn't just teach us math. Every single day she made us all feel special. And she motivated us and inspired us, and she always had a smile on her face. And you can always talk to her, not just as a teacher, but as a friend when you were feeling sad or if you needed help with something. And I remember every time me and Riley would walk in the hallways, and since she was a math nerd, she'd call us Riley Squared, and now we call us Chris Squared because of her. Yeah.
Whenever my mom would bring me lunch, sometimes she would bring me Boston chicken or Panera. Whenever she did, she would get one for Mrs. Myhre. If we had Boston chicken, she would always get her chicken and vegetables or something, and I would always bring it to her. She was always so happy, and we would eat lunch together. We would just talk about what's going on in my life with middle school and whatever, and problems and drama in middle school. And then she would always talk about her life and Michaela, and I always had so much fun talking with her. She's such a nice person. She would always give me advice all the time.
Last time I ever saw Mrs. Myhre was sophomore year of high school. I visited Fieldstone after school one day, and I walked in expecting to see a different teacher, and she was there. So we had a really nice conversation. She remembered my name and everything, and I never had her as a teacher, so I thought that was very nice that she knew exactly, who I was, and it's almost like we didn't, skip a day. It was just as real of a conversation as it would have been if I was in 8th grade, seeing her on a daily basis, Definitely was a great person in that aspect.
I have a million special memories with Mrs. Myhre because I had the pleasure of working with her for 8 years. She and I had a mutual love for a lot of things like 90s boy bands and Shark Week, helping students, and General Hospital, most notably, which is a soap opera that is still on television. And she and I would kind of do our morning recap of the show and act as though that these were actual real people that we knew. But it was okay because she never judged anyone, and you could always be yourself around Mrs. Myhre and be happy and fun around her, and she just brought out the best in everyone. So we have a lot of great memories.